mentally how he is going to spend his day of Jum'ah. The reason why, because the day only comes once a week, and for a person to lose the benefit and the reward of it, he will have to wait for another week just to gain those rewards. This is why every moment, every second of the day of Jum'ah is considered to be a precious moment. And a person should start early when he wants to gain reward, when he wants to get benefit, and he wants to maximize the virtue of this day of Jum'ah. As the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ describes, "Man khafa adlaja wa man adlaja balagha al-manzil." The one who is fearful starts early, and whoever starts early reaches to its destination. So when a person physically as well as mentally prepares himself from the time the Jum'ah begins, then he is able to maximize the benefit. Now, another meaning of to start early is to come to Salatul Jum'ah as early as possible. As the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ described, that as soon as the time of Salatul Jum'ah begins, the angels, they start to sit on the doors of the Masjid. And as the people start to come into the Masjid, they start writing the rewards for them based on how early they arrive to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the purpose of this is so that a person comes early and he starts himself with his optional ibadat before getting himself into the ibadah that is done collectively. And the reason why we have to be mindful of the optional ibadah before the day of Jummah. A lot of time people come early and then they waste their time here and there, talking to this guy, having tea outside, doing this. All of these actions are being they're being done, and the reward is being missed. Right? The time before Jum'ah, it's all considered to be a very virtuous time. So if you happen to come early, then your time is very precious. Your time is very valuable. Your dua is very valuable. Your ibadah is very valuable. So instead of spending time here and there or sitting on, person came 15, 20 minutes early, he prayed his 4 rak'ah sunnah, and now he's got time. So he starts, going through, reels on YouTube, or looking at his Facebook, or looking at this or that, or TikTok, or doing whatever on his phone, spending time, just killing time until the khutbah starts. No. The time before the khutbah starts is a very valuable time. And it's a very precious time. If you happen to be here early, then that is a gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Spend it wisely in doing ibadah, spend it wisely in doing act of goodness, so that your time becomes very valuable and you are able to maximize the benefit of the day of Jummah. So this is why the virtue has been given to the person who comes early. And another meaning which Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah mentions in the commentary of this hadith is that the word hadith in the hadith means man bakkara bis sadaqati, the one who starts early coming to the day of Jum'ah and to Salatul Jum'ah, and he gives some charity before arriving or before starting the day of Jum'ah. A lot of time we have the habit of giving after. But part of the sunnah is to give before. Of course you can give after, you can give at any time. But before giving is much more better or virtuous than giving after. So that now you start your day with giving sadaqah, you start your day by giving for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as the hadith described, man bakkara bis sadaqa tadfa'u Allahu anhu al-bala. The one who starts early with giving charity in the morning, Allah removes calamity from him for the entire day. The entire day Allah removes difficulty from his life. So that is also something that a person needs to bring into his practice, that how I can, practice the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And as the hadith described, when a person starts to come early to the masjid for the day of Jum'ah, The person who comes the earliest gets the greatest amount of reward. The one who comes early gets the reward of giving charity, one camel in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the one who comes after that. Now, it's not about individual number one, number two, number three. It's sa'at. من دخل في أول الساعة وفي الثاني الساعة وفي الثالث ساعة. The one who comes in the first time, in the second time, in the third time. So the entire time of Jummah until the khutbah starts is divided into 5 categories. So the one who comes in the first 15 minutes gets the reward of sacrificing a camel. The next 15 minutes gets the reward of sacrificing a cow. No matter how many people come in. No matter how many people come in, it just comes in that window of the first 15 minutes from the time when the Salatul Jum'ah starts. And then the third 15 minutes gets the reward of sacrificing a goat or a sheep. And then, according to that, we'll get a reward of sacrificing or giving charity of a chicken. And then to an egg. And then the reward decreases until the khutbah starts. When the Imam sits on the minbar and the mu'adhin calls the adhan for the khutbah to start, now these angels, they pack up their bags and they come and sit in the masjid to listen to the khutbah. Because now there is no other action except to come and listen what the message is going to be delivered, what the khutbah is going to be delivered about. So that's why from the practices of the day of Jum'ah, to start early, to start to do practices early in the morning and try to utilize our time before Salatul Jum'ah so we maximize the benefit of this day. We ask Allah to grant us the understanding and the ability to practice. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.